Okay, hey guys, it's me, Nick again, and yeah, just woke up completely. I've decided to do actually two videos for this day, uh, because there were a lot of matches this weekend and I didn't cover them all. My fault really, but whatever, what goes on, right? So we had some big matches and interesting turnouts in the Premier League, including one very big match, which I'll talk about later. But first, I'll talk about Saturday's matches, which I thought were important to me. And a match that happened, Birmingham and West Brom. Now, Birmingham and West Brom are both near the relegation zone. Whew, so it was an interesting match because of the implications that are involved in it. Because West Brom need to go up, and Birmingham need to stay away from the relegation zone. And Birmingham just came off a Carling Cup victory, but really, it was West Brom all the way, 3 goals in succession. At first, it was West Brom who scored, then West Brom who scored, then it was Birmingham who equalised, and then it was West Brom again with Morrison, and then West Brom sealed it with Odemwingie. It was a West Brom performance all around, and they attacked and they kept the ball well. Birmingham had tried, but they couldn't get back into the game. So top marks to West Brom. I would say man of the match, Brunt or Morrison. They played very well. Okay, moving on to the next game. A big game, this one. Arsenal against Sunderland. Uh, Arsenal didn't finish their chances, and they had a goal disallowed. A goal disallowed, so that means that technically, Sunderland escaped the bucket here with this one. But because of that, Arsenal were capable of heading at least I think 1 point or on equal terms with the Manchester United, and they just they dropped the ball completely. Then the other match, well, Aston complained about decisions and all that, but really, you know, referee decisions are not an excuse nowadays because it's such a helter-skelter. You can't save it, right? I mean, you can blame the referees all you want, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything. It's still going to be the same, and when it's the same, it's just not an excuse anymore in the modern game. Uh, Arsenal did have chances, and once again, they just didn't finish. If you don't finish your chances, you're not going to win the game. It's as simple as that. I say that for every single team. If you don't finish your chances, you're going to lose the game, most likely. Moving on to the next match. Knowing next match here would be Bolton against Villa. Bolton had a good game. It was actually very tight towards the very end. Goals from Albrighton, Darren Bent from Villa, and 2 goals from Gary Cahill against his former side. For those of you who don't know, Gary Cahill is Bolton's current centre back, and he's quite tall, very big. He got both goals, and again, Villa just did not defend set pieces in this game. It was just a set piece show, I mean, you give big guys like Cahill the chance to finish it. Klasnik eventually scored the winner at the 89th minute, and so big win for Bolton. They leap above Liverpool in the table after that match. So, let's move on to the next match. Bolton played well, I think. In another thriller, Fulham against Blackburn. Blackburn didn't play up to their fullest potential, and Fulham, they did the work, but it's just that Fulham's defense was a bit wavering, and I thought, maybe they weren't going to win it, But good performance by Damien Duff. He played a fantastic game. Duff, he's getting older now, but he played a really good game in last night's game, which also featured a penalty goal by Bobby Zamora. So that's good for Fulham fans. They're going to be happy to see a win finally, and also their top striker returning to fitness maybe, and maybe scoring a goal most likely. Let's move on to the next match. Newcastle against Everton. Once again, Newcastle they took it, all right, and they went forward, and Leon Best scored the goal, and after that it was Everton really. Osman scoring his first goal in over a year. It was good for Osman, and Phil Jagielka taking advantage of some. Well, I wouldn't say poor defending because it was really a goal that needed a bit of luck to go in. So it was definitely not a lucky goal, but it was still something, you know, decent from Everton. But all credit to Everton, they went for it, and Newcastle couldn't go for it. Again, it's the finishing; it's just not there. I mean, Best had a shot, but you're not gonna miss an open goal, right? I mean, that's all I'm saying. It they need the class for it, I think. And Newcastle fans, I'm sure, agree with me. They want better class finishing. It's obvious, and I mean, if you have an opinion about that, we talked about it so many times. Newcastle, it's just pointless to keep talking about them. Okay, moving on. There's actually two more matches on Saturday. West Ham and Stoke City. Was it West Ham and Stoke City, or was it? Yeah, it was West Ham and Stoke City. Stoke defending just wasn't there. It was gone. And credit to West Ham. They have to survive. They want to survive, and they just battered Stoke. It was crazy how much they just attacked and attacked Stoke non-stop. And I think now West Ham have found the formation they want to play three up front with Dembaba, who's been a real revelation this season. He's come in January transfer market, and he's been scoring, and so he's a great acquisition by West Ham, and he played some fantastic football. No doubt, he's going to be a big name in West Ham in the future if they stay up. But as it stands, they're right above the relegation zone, but due to points. Okay, moving on to the final game on Saturday. But yeah, just to sum that up, Stoke just defensively were not there. West Ham offensively went all out, and credit to a team fighting relegation. If you're fighting relegation, you're gonna fight till the end because you want to stay up there. It's obvious. If you're not fighting, then something is clearly wrong with you, and you really need to get your priorities in order because West Ham just went all out to win this one. Okay, the final game of the evening was Man City against Wigan. This game was not that great. Man City had a lot of chances. Wigan tried to put up a fight. And then a mistake by Al Habsi from a David Silva shot. It just hit his hand, rolled it. It's the David Green effect. And not David, what am I saying? It's Robert Green. Robert Green effect. It's the Robert Green effect. And I mean, it happens, I suppose. I don't know why he couldn't save it, but that one mistake cost them the game. So, Wigan, I have nothing to say about what Wigan did there. They just could not win the game in the end. And Man City did, so this puts Man City in a pretty good place in the table at the moment. It's still third, I think. And, they have a strong, I won't say a bot side, but they have a very strong side. Wigan gonna need to put in extra effort now because Wolves have turned the heat up. West Ham have turned the heat up. West Brom. All these teams are just going another level. You know what I mean? And all these teams, other teams in the relegation zone now, in the relegation zone right now, are in danger. They're in danger of being eliminated by this West Ham form, by the Wolves form, because where it counts is now. You've got to win now to survive it. And I think the relegation battle this season is very interesting. West Ham have the Olympic Stadium. They bid accepted, so they get relegated. It's going to be really, really bad. And I think, attendance won't even be able to fill such a big stadium. So they're going to fight for their lives. They want to stay in the Premier League. It's obvious. But can West Ham do it? And can Wolves do it, if possible? Because we've still got 9 matches. Yeah, we have around 9 matches left or something. I don't know. Yeah. That was all the matches for this week, for the Saturday. I'll do another video for the Sunday one. I decided to do it in 2 because if I go on the Sunday one, we'll go up to more than 10 minutes, and I can't do that, it seems. So, peace out. I'll see you after I get back from an appointment somewhere. Okay. See you then.